Just let's go to this Paris Olympics. You've made the point that during the Brexit debate, Remainers, those who wanted to stay in the European Union, said that that was the only way workers could be protected. In other words, not ripped off. Now you're now saying that migrants are being used in Paris to deliver major public projects in the heart of the city, and some are saying these workers could be the victims of human trafficking.
Yeah, that's right. Well, at least I think it's a dozen they've discovered from one of the subcontractors, and you can bet if they found one that there's a lot more. That's usually the case. And, it's for us, it just proves, us Brexiteers, I should say, it just proves the nonsense. We heard always pious stuff for 4 years about how we needed the EU to be a good country and to protect people and all this sort of thing. And even on the, you don't even need to scratch the surface to see that it was complete rubbish. I mean, we had lots of scare stories. My favourite one was that we wouldn't have any sandwiches anymore after Brexit. I've never got over that one.
But nonetheless, I mean, the argument was, the European Union is the place for high employment standards and so on. Well, this has blown that apart, hasn't it?
Totally, yeah, totally. And actually, if you go into Eastern Europe, the employment standards are atrocious. They don't follow the rules. If you go into Greece and Italy, it's the same. I mean, it's an absolute nonsense. And actually, most of the EU rules they took from us, or weren't actually as strong as the rules we had in this country. Like, a good example is maternity and paternity leave was much more generous in this country. Always was.
So many Australians head to Europe and to Britain in search of work and so on. What you're saying is that this demonstrates that the British standards and protections exceed those set by the European Union.
Yeah, I would always recommend Australians come to Britain. That's if they want work, they're going to get better paid and better looked after in Britain. It's always been the case in and out of the European Union. And it's London's a great place as well. So
Macron, even though he's won the presidential election, has got all sorts of problems, hasn't he? And now it seems we've got this dozen undocumented workers have been identified on the site of the Athletes' Village planned for the 2024 Games.
Yeah.
What's been his reaction to all this?
He's sort of trying to float above it and leave it to the Olympic organisers. But these things have a habit of growing, and he won the election not as convincingly as a lot of people were hoping and expecting. And I've just got a feeling this is a kind of harbinger of a difficult few years for him.
I think so.
He's trying to get us back into the EU, by the way. Which
And just a quick one before you go. A quick one before you go about the Queen and the opening of the Parliament. What is the mood over there about the health of the Queen?
I think people are a little bit worried. I don't think there's any immediate concern from what we're being told, but she obviously didn't feel strong enough to go into Parliament and deliver the speech yesterday. We suspect actually that may be it. She may never do it again, but let's wait and see. I mean, if there's an election soon, then we'll have another one. But this may be Prince Charles from now on doing that job. She's still seeing the Prime Minister every week, but and I think it's simply because she's 96 and she's frail.
Wonderful lady, stoic and honourable.
Yeah,
good on you, David. Lovely to talk to you. That's David Maddox from London. You can read David. He writes splendidly. You can read him on express.co.uk. See you next week, David.
Great to see you, Alan. Cheers.
There he is, David Maddox in the UK.